DualShockNations' first stream. I'm really excited for this opportunity. I've been wanting to be able to show more gameplay of what I can do, show off my opinions on games. I've been wanting to become a game journalist down the road, and I'm hoping that this is a stepping stone to a really great career in a community that I love. I love the gaming community, and I've been playing games all my life, and I'm excited to share future experiences with everyone that is interested in seeing. So without further ado, today I'm going to be playing Spider-Man. So first things first, Insomniac, thank you for making an amazing game, an amazing Spider-Man game, by far the best to date. I can't say enough good things. While I play, I'll go over more in detail over what I thought while I played it. Obviously, I'm not 100%. I'm 80% through with it. I beat the story already. I still have a lot of side missions to do and a little extra stuff. I've been thinking about going for the Platinum Trophy on this game. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do that yet or not. But this would be a great game to do it for, just because of how enjoyable it is and how much it makes me feel like I really am Spider-Man when I play it. So, a big thing that I have to point out, and I think going into this game, a lot of people from the E3 clips, watching, recent gameplay that kept coming out, is of course the visuals. They're stunning. The city, the map itself, really large. There is a fast travel option, but I've never found myself even slightly urged to go and use it. I love swinging around in this game and traveling the way that Spider-Man really travels. Although, to get a trophy, which I did try earlier, is you have to use the subway 5 times, and I do like the short little clips while you're on the subway that are pretty entertaining. But yeah, these graphics, amazing, absolutely blown away. A lot of people have been comparing them, visually to the more recent release of God of War, which is another great game that I'll get into another time. So, the big things that I want to point out are your ability to swing is pretty much swinging and then pulling yourself through the air. You unlock other skills throughout the game that amp up the ability that swing around the city and really change how you're able to move around the city, but overall it's just swinging and pulling, and it feels great. It looks great. You're able to dive down towards and catch yourself right before you hit the ground, and just, really be Spider-Man. You can land on the ground, go up to civilians, startle like that guy, but just go up to random people. They acknowledge you. Sometimes they ridicule you. You can go up and you'll be prompted sometimes to talk to people like this guy.
Worth looking into.
Unfortunately, instead of wanting a selfie, this particular guy wants me to do something for him. I'm not going to do that. It's might be my job, but not right now. So, first thing I want to do is I'm going to go and do one of the Taskmaster challenges. This one's a stealth challenge.
Attention units. Armed hostiles are attacking a police transport.
One cool thing about this game is it is actually canon. Like, the story itself is actually canon to the Marvel comic universe. They obviously have their cinematic universe, and there's a lot of stuff in this game that can reference to the cinematic universe, and that's really cool, and it's awesome seeing that type of stuff. But this is being considered comic canon, which I think is really cool. And it was kind of lucky because what made it canon was the soon-to-be-released new comic called Spider-Geddon. It comes out September 26th, and that is going to be telling the tale of this particular Peter Parker, set after the events of this story. So I'm not going to spoil anything of this story, but there's a lot to look forward to with that comic. I can't wait to read it. It should be pretty interesting. Let's just say there's a couple of villains that I'm hoping to see. I did read a rumor that there's an entirely new villain to Spider-Man that's being introduced in the comic. That's interesting, and I do know that there's going to be more than one Spider-Man in the comic, besides Peter Parker. So that also has me intrigued. So far I've done a few of these stealth missions, and from what I can tell, thanks Philip Hans. So far what I can tell with these stealth missions is every time you go in to load one, it switches you to night, and I'm guessing that's just because it wants you to feel more stealthy, but you can do the exact same gameplay during the day. So for this particular mission, you have to take out all the opponents, and you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to do it. If you get caught, you have to restart the mission. I've upgraded the abilities to the point where I'm able to do strike takedowns and stealth pickups from a lot farther distances, so that made it a lot easier for me to be able to do these. I've been trying to breeze through them to get these all done because hopefully I can 100% the game soon. Like that. One of my pickups already failed, so we'll retry that. Dang. Alright, I gotta pay more attention. So one of my only complaints, and it's so rare to have a complaint with this game, but one of my complaints is that with combat, it seems to get a little repetitive. Although it feels great, you have a lot of really cool options. It's just a lot of spamming square. You eventually unlock upgrades, like different skills and whatnot, to allow yourself more variety, but overall, square, 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 and then when you're about to be attacked, you hit circle to dodge. A little dull overall. Definitely feels repetitive. Luckily, when playing the story, the tales that you get from the story overall just really intrigue me, and hopefully intrigue others, to where the combat, feeling repetitive, doesn't take away from the great game. And of course the visuals itself, stunning. So let's see. Damn, again. Can't seem to. I wonder who's over there that can keep seeing me, because it happened with the same guy that I pulled up where someone spotted me. So I'm curious where the person is, because I saw where the exclamation point is, but I don't see the person himself.
Gotta move quick and
Maybe
quiet.
it's one of the people under the stairs. That has to be it. One of the people under the stairs. Oh, it's that guy right there. That's who keeps catching me. Alright. Alright, well this time I'm gonna get that guy first. I gotta say, standing above somebody and then whipping them with the web and yanking them up feels absolutely amazing. But there are numerous times where I feel like I've definitely killed a few people with what I've done, and obviously Spider-Man doesn't kill, but Nah, when I'm kneeing someone in the head and their head goes all the way back and you know you just snap their neck, there's no way that that man's not dead. For a while when I started the game, I would throw people off buildings and I'd be like, how am I allowed to throw people off buildings as Spider-Man? This just doesn't make any sense. But then after a while I started to notice that when you throw someone off a building, they actually get caught by a web and yanked back up, which I think is awesome that they did that little attention to detail. I think it's really important that they did that because, like I said, it was starting to feel like I was just straight up murdering people. Alright, I got 1:30 left. Is there anyone under there? Well, I probably will find out. Sure enough. Alright, so I'll come back to this challenge later, and I'm gonna show off some more stuff on the game. Particularly side missions. I actually have done 0 side missions. I've been trying to... I focus on the story, and I've started doing other outside options. Like just, there's a little side missions where you pick up backpacks, do research facility work for Harry, and try to just do little things. So some of the side missions have definitely piqued my interest, but I've been trying to hold off. So let me pull one up on the map and we can go over to it and I'll try it out. Let's see. Is this one that I actually want to do? No, I know I want to do the Tombstone one. One character that I thought was really cool seeing in the game so far has been those Taskmaster challenges, actually, though, because after you complete a few of them, he'll call you up and you can talk to him, and he sounds great. Voice acting is awesome in this game, and he's really menacing and has this creepy tone to his voice that really drives home his whole character. If you're not familiar with him, he's essentially like a copycat character in Marvel where he learns what you can do and uses it against you. After doing about half of the Taskmaster challenges, I actually had to fight him and I lost terribly, but then I got a prompt and the game continued, so I'm assuming that was supposed to happen, or I just really suck. So alright, so let's see what this side mission's all about.
While I'm here, I should examine the transmitter MJ found.
Yeah, so slight spoilers based on the name of the lab. Doc Ock, we're in his lab. He's actually a really cool, friendly character in the game. You get to learn who he is more. It's kind of like a origin story for him. There's a lot of missions like this that are very optional where you can go in and check to see or do these hackings. And so basically how it works is you have to hit this target voltage of 5, and you have to get the bar from the top, bottom left corner up to the, or down to the bottom right corner while hitting that voltage point. So you just add certain things like that. So we're gonna actually and so here's where we add the actual voltage. Where's the subscribe option? I have no idea. I'm brand new to Twitch. I'm brand new to the streaming thing. If you can find it and you want to hit it, totally awesome with me, but I have no idea where it is. So we're probably going to go over the voltage, but then with this red one over here on the far right, if you can see it, that allows me to bring back down the voltage. So I'm going to do +3, which will put us at 6. And I should be able to do a -1 over here. There you go. Yeah, just like that. So we hit our target.
That should do it. Time for a test run.
There's another thing in the game where you're able to go around and find backpacks. I already have all those done, but when you find the backpacks, it gives you a little, kind of like a memento, and it's a different item. Sometimes it's a drawing, sometimes it's just a coin, sometimes it's an action figure, but a lot of them have references to
Just gotta follow the signal.
some
Should lead to whatever it is Tombstone's moving.
older PS2 era Spiderman games and some PSP ones. There's a lot of cool ones. I know
Permeable skin plus 0
I
morals equals bad time.
can't quite remember the name of the game. I think it was like Ultimate Alliance, where, or Spider-Man Ultimate or something along those lines, where you're able to actually help a kid. You rescue his balloon, and you get a drawing in this game where there is a drawing of a kid thanking Spider-Man for rescuing his balloon. It's a little nod. But what it doesn't tell you is later on in that same game, you can go and play as Venom and eat that kid. And yes, in a Spider-Man, you entirely just destroy this kid. Venom was absolutely crazy violent in that game, and it was awesome. Speaking of which, cannot wait for the new Venom movie that comes out. I was a little disappointed to find out that it is not going to be R-rated. When it got the PG-13 rating, I was a little disappointed, but I think it'll be okay. I think it'll still pull through. I don't know how they can do a Venom movie without it being R, without really dialing it down.
Weak signal.
But Tom Hardy he's good enough to pull it off. I have high hopes. High hopes.
There. That truck. Out for a Sunday drive?
Crap, it's Spider-Man! Call for backup! Got a balloon with your name on it, Spider-Man!
So this is the part of the combat that I was talking about earlier that seems just a little bit repetitive. You can make it interesting and add some stuff like that. For instance, this is essentially like your ultimate, or grabbing things and throwing is always fun. But when it comes down to really just like all the punching and stuff, it's square, 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 and then the occasional circle like that to dodge. This is on hard difficulty, and so the opponents are definitely a lot more aggressive. They tend to come at you a lot more often, but it doesn't change it up too much. You throw in a couple more circles here and there. You have this cool gadget wheel where you choose different things to hit people with. One of my favorites is this wall web shooter. You can shoot it against walls and then it'll pull them to whatever wall is near them, like that.
Whew. Biker gang down. Let's see what's in that truck. Chemical containers. But they're scrubbed clean. Looks like they came from the Alchemax plant in Harlem, but what was in them? And that sound means the end of our lightning round. Should head to Alchemax when I get a chance and find out what was in those barrels. Tombstone's up to something. Probably illegal, definitely dangerous.
Alright, cool. So we leveled up. I do know that the max level in this game so far is 50. I also know that they're adding a new game plus to the game in a soon-to-be-released update, I'm hoping. And all down the road, I hope they add a level cap raise, so that way I can keep playing the game past level 50 and enjoy it more, because it's a really fun game. So let me check the map, and I will do one more of those side missions to see if I can continue it. Let's see, where would it be? There we go. I don't know if anyone saw that there was the saddest Easter egg ever in this game. Like, a lot of people just nicknamed it that. It was of a guy who, about 6 months back, tweeted out to Insomniac saying, hey, can you maybe help me, propose to my girlfriend of about 5 years. I'm excited to reach this new point in life with her. And he just tweeted it, and it blew up. It went viral, as things sometimes do, and they saw it, and they reached out to him, and they worked something out to where they were able to actually put on a movie billboard, I think her name was Madison, Will You Marry Me? And they were actually able to put that out on the billboard. And it was really touching. It was a great story. About the second day after this game came out, the guy who originally tweeted out to that company posted a video of him saying how much he loves the game, how thankful he is that they made it so perfect to his expectations, matching to his expectations, and that he is sorry he wasted their time because his girlfriend had just broken up with him to go date his brother. And they actually, it's heartbreaking, but they kept the Easter egg in the game, and they said we can take it out if you don't want it in there. And the guy reached out and he said no, leave it in there. There's still a cool story behind it, although it turned sad. And he said if anyone else wants to use the Easter egg, the marriage proposal. Oh yes, standing on nothing, as Spider-Man usually does. If anyone wants to use the proposal, they're more than welcome to. Of course, I don't think anyone will. I think that's kind of weird, like, to use another person's proposal. Like, people share ideas all the time, but to use just, like, the actual proposal, I don't see it working like that. So, with this mission, I'm assuming I have the choice right now to take out as many as I can stealthily, and then go about a more physical way of approaching things. So let's try to take out as many as we can via stealth first. Try to make it a little easier. My weakness in this game, as some of my friends that have watched me play it before know, I suck when it comes to rocket launchers. They are the death of me. I try to get cocky or something. Did this guy just get... Oh no, okay, I thought he just got back up. I try to get cocky or something, but I try to catch him in the air and throw him back, and my timing is god-awful. I die, like, a good 75% of the time. Alright, so it looks like somebody almost saw me. Not quite, though. I can probably get out of there before he does. So much easier than the stealth missions. It's not a matter of they see you and it slowly goes up. It's they spot you instantly and you fail the mission. You have to restart entirely. And I wasn't about to do that a fourth time in a row. let's who to take out. One cool thing, like I want to get this guy over here. So what I'll probably do is I can launch over here. Oh, no, 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 people see me. Alright, let's take out this guy first then. So that guy's not looking.
Nap time.
Alright, so I can shoot a web over here. Oh, wrong web. Hopefully that doesn't back. Alright, they didn't notice. That works out for me. I'm trying to get this guy to hear the web and walk over here a little bit.
Jeremiah, you good over there? Wake up, you idiot. Jeremiah.
And that way I can just...
Go check on him. Head over. Someone there? Yes. Spiderman.
See, like, I'm sorry, but that man is dead. If I'm smashing him against a crate of metal like this, the guy is dead. There's no way. Repeatedly swinging him? No. I know they try to sell off Spider-Man as this non-vicious character, but nah, I'm not buying it after you repeatedly beat someone into a wall over and over. That's Batman shit. That's Batman right there. That's the dark stuff that you see with him, where he, you know, deals with the Joker while Joker beats up Batgirl and stuff. That's not Spider-Man. This is your, you know, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hey, you guys aren't registered pharmacists. The no lab coats thing gave you away. Tombstone's men are down. Now to find out what's in these barrels.
Alright.
Diox 3.
I'm hoping to be able to fight
Tombstone was exposed to as a kid? What's he doing with it now?
Tombstone. Because if the side mission is just me fighting a bunch of random opponents, I can just go do... Oh, okay, this is new.
Yeah. Let's go. Come on.
That's the good stuff right there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm guessing that stuff's not for asthma.
I'm assuming he's no longer a normal enemy. Oh, it just wears off after 2 punches. Yeah, I would compare the combat.
More dudes, more drugs. Someone's got to teach these guys about the dangers of peer pressure.
I don't have a talk show host voice. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm just not there yet. I feel like Jimmy Fallon doesn't really have a talk show voice. He kind of uses his normal voice, but then again, he can sing like a, you know, an angel. You can't tell I like throwing motorcycles. See, that's at least a broken back. That's worse than killing somebody right there. You're paralyzing him for life. Does that seem like something Spider-Man would really do? This man just got fire exploded on himself, so... This is an odd fight. They all just keep snorting drugs during the fight. I haven't encountered this yet, but... Imagine how intimidating that would be in real life. You're just in the middle of maybe a big old bar brawl, and all of a sudden... a group of guys just keep pulling out these inhalers and constantly keep taking hits while you're fighting them. I would easily walk away from that fight very quickly. No second thoughts. Be like, you enjoy that. Sure, it's helping you whoop my ass. I'm not trying to fight it.
Got a bad feeling those drug inhalers and the Diox 3 are related. Should analyze an inhaler to find out what's going on here. All right, what's in you?
Alright, so this is another one of the versions of the hacking that's in the game. It is usually done with like threads or air samples. You have to match these lines with the lines here. So this one, and then that one is technically completed, but you have to do them all. And the ones with these dashed lines over here erase the lines that you already put into it. Let's see. This is that one. There you go. I like in the background how we hear this guy just struggling against the web. There's no escape. There's no escape. It's not gonna happen. Just grunting.
For temporary invulnerability. I'm impressed.
Where is this guy?
And worried. This stuff hits the street.
Oh, see, that's a terrible position. That man is terribly uncomfortable. You can just tell.
Synthesize a counter drug.
It's not as bad as getting stuck upside down, though. I picked up one of the giant enemies before and thrown him against a truck, and he's just upside down. And God knows how long he's going to be just hanging up there, upside down, struggling. The man has to weigh a good 250 plus. That's a struggle. That's a struggle. You're trying to find comfort in there. You're just not going to find it.
Just need to test it out.
Alright, let's see. Alright, so now I'm going to do one of the hideouts. So these hideouts represent different factions in the game, and they're scattered throughout the map. This particular one is a Fisk hideout, so otherwise known as Kingpin. This is just going to have a lot of his men, and you go there and you are going to have to go through different waves of enemies. About I think you go through 6. I think it's 6 waves of enemies, and they get increasingly harder as you go through it. And once you finish it, the hideout is clear. You get a certain amount of hideout or base camp points. And after I do this hideout, I can show you what you actually use those points for. It is probably the best thing in this game, and that is all of the suits that you have access to. And there are a lot of suits that you have access to, and almost all of them are from comics and have the powers that they use in the comics linked to them, and it's really cool. Some of them are from the movies, like both the 2 new suits in the most recent Avengers movie. So the Tony Stark suit that he gives Peter, and then also the Iron Man version of his same suit, the one with the awesome spider legs coming out of the back, are also in the game. And seeing those and being able to be Tom Holland's Peter Parker is a really cool experience. Again, fast travel is absolutely not necessary. You get around the map pretty quickly, although it is a really good sized map for a Spider-Man game. It feels great. I've seen a lot of pictures of people posting from Manhattan, and I guess they did a really good job. I didn't even ask them to do a good job at this, but they did a really good job when it comes to copying what is actually in the city and putting it into the game. Granted, there are a few structures that are a little bit different, and they've added a few. Like, my favorite one that they added that is
Captain,
obviously not in here is Doctor Strange.
Just
there for show?
That's my bad.
His like house, the building. I forget what they call it in the movie, or in the comics in the movie, but they have that there. Obviously, I don't think you can see it from here, but they have the Avengers Tower from the movie, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. Ooh, almost blew it. So another complaint I have about these particular missions is that I can completely stealth this first part, the first wave, and not get caught at all. But as soon as the second wave comes out of wherever they're coming out of, they might come out of these portables, or they might come out of some elevators that weren't there at the beginning but somehow are there, but they come out and they instantly know where I am, and my cover is blown, even though I didn't blow my cover. I did everything right for the first wave, but I still get punished after. So I'm just gonna do at least 3 stealth takedowns to complete the objective. That I get essentially like extra rewards after completing it. So that guy's going over there. So that's not where I wanted to go. Just don't mind me, Spider-Man on the street. So I wanted to go there and then pick that guy up. A lot of people ask me how I feel about this game only being on PlayStation, and I grew up playing PlayStation. I did have an Xbox 360 and I did have an Xbox One as well. I thoroughly enjoy games like Halo, Gears, Left 4 Dead, those exclusives, but this current gen, I think PlayStation has dominated it, and I would not have it any other way. I don't mind it being only on PlayStation. I don't think it's unfair. I hear a lot of people say it's silly that they're being exclusive. I'm like, not really. They're still gonna get the sales. They're still gonna release this amazing game. With Sony has high standards, but at the same time, I always see game critics and game developers saying Sony is awesome when it comes to, like, I just completely stealthed that first wave, but is awesome when it comes to working with them. They really give you free reign over everything, and that's why I think Hideo Kojima's new game, Death Stranding, which very excited for, like very excited for, is going to be amazing, because the game obviously looks insane. The story is going to be nearly impossible to follow. It's going to be some weird, just out of this world game, but the quality of it is going to be amazing. And I hear Sony is just saying, you think it's going to make the game better? Hideo says yes, and they say, do it. Make the game as good as you can possibly make it. And I think Microsoft should learn from this. I think they limit it too much, and their exclusives are just weak. I remember the hype behind Sea of Thieves, which is an interesting idea. It is a okay to fun game, but at the same time, it was released in an almost unplayable state. Like, why are games getting released like that? That shouldn't be a thing. So the game has its challenging points. I have failed missions. I have died numerous occasions, but overall I don't find it extremely challenging. This is even on hard difficulty, so I'm really looking forward to New Game Plus. I'm curious to see how much they step it up. I know that as of right now, all they've announced is that you're able to replay the story with all of your current unlocks, which I'm hoping that's not it. I'm hoping that they actually take the normal New Game Plus route, make the game more difficult, increase the damage that the opponents do and the health that they have, and that will definitely intrigue me more to, you know, continue throughout an entire replay of the story.
Welcome to the air, and more of them. No shoving. I'll give you all personal attention.
That's a snap neck. Easily a snap neck. There's no way.
Don't even think about doing that to me.
So there's little tricks to the enemies though, where you can easily tell just based on what weapon they're using what the trick is though. So barehanded, let them have it. No tricks there. You just wail on them, spam square, do damage. There you go. Guys with shields, you need to dodge behind them, like slide underneath like that, and then you're able to do damage to them. And then the guys with like the little wands that are electrifying, the electric batons basically, you have to hold square to do a power punch, and that allows you to hit them up into the air to where you can air combo them. So like this guy, for instance, like that, and then I'll dodge, and then I'll finish him.
Before he knocks us all out. Gift from the boss.
So if I were to die right now, which one would suck, but two, I'd have to restart from wave one, and I'm on the final wave. So hopefully I don't do that, but I don't think I have anything to worry about right now. The one thing that makes me think that this game is a little too easy for itself is the boss fights. Although very cinematic, they look great. And they are engaging. They're just really simple. It ends up always almost always being just a cutscene where you're gonna have quick time events. It doesn't feel like Spider-Man at that point. It looks like Spider-Man. It doesn't feel like it. The gameplay doesn't feel like it. But that's not hard to me. The final boss in this game especially is a huge letdown when it comes to difficulty, but is also like from just a cinematic standpoint, the scene and the set piece itself is gorgeous and mind-blowing, and luckily the story did a good enough job of telling me what was going on and really delivering an emotional, ride to where I was able to fully appreciate the boss fight even without it being too difficult, and that's on hard difficulty, so I couldn't imagine playing it on normal or on easy.
TLDR, Fist Construction is closed.
See, like,
I have other sources of revenue, but you've inconvenienced me, and there will be consequences. My memory's long. My reach is longer.
I should make all the guys who've sworn to kill me fight it out for the
So that's Kingpin. He's in jail. Not really a spoiler, seeing that that's the first mission in the game, and that's also the mission that they showcased at E3. So if you're being spoiled, sorry, but you should have already known that. Not really my fault. Alright, so like I said, I did the base, so now I can show you guys one of my favorite parts for what I do with the rewards that I get from completing that base. I get to make a new suit. And here's all the suits almost all the suits in the game. I still have one more to unlock at level 45. On the top of my head, I can't remember which one that particularly is. I do know that it is supposed to be really cool. That's just the opinion that I keep hearing from people. But this one by far is my favorite. I think it's hysterical. Its power that comes with it is amazing. For some reason, no matter how much I like the suits in this game, I always find myself going back to the original Insomniac suit. You don't have this at the beginning of the game, but you get it very early on, like right near the beginning, like after the first mission. And the reason why I like it so much is because this is the suit that they intended to release with the game. It's the one on the cover. See? It's the one on the cover. And it looks really good. This could be one of my favorite Spider-Man suits ever. I also really like the new Stark suit from the movie. But in the game, it's just the red's too vibrant to me. It stands out too much. So I find myself again going back to this whitish red with an awesome dark vibe to it. I like it's bright colors, but it still looks like it'd be like dark. But the reason why this one is probably my favorite is the ultimate that you unlock with it is it's a joke. You literally say a joke that is so cringeworthy. All of the enemies around you freeze from being just dumbed down by this terrible joke, and it allows you to stun them and then take advantage of them being immobile. But there's a lot of different ones. There's bulletproof ones like this one. There's just there's this punk one, which a lot of people comment on, saying that it's their favorite because of how funny it is. It has a really cool ultimate. He jumps in the air and starts rocking out on like a fake guitar, and it blows like enemies by him, away from him and stuff. Here's the classic Spider-Man suit. You know, it has the best ultimate in the game by far. It's not as funny as the Quip one, but it's the one that I've been using this entire time. When I push in both analog sticks, I jump up into the air and I shoot webs in every direction. It looks badass, and it feels great to do, and it wipes out all of my competition around me. You have this skills menu, and once you hit level 50, I'll have everything unlocked. But as of right now, I have 3 more things I need to get, and they go into, there's like an offensive where you're in fight with what you can do with your web, and then there's defender, which is exactly that. It's self-explanatory. It's all about defense and protecting yourself, and web slinging is also very self-explanatory. It's how well you move through the city as well as in combat via the web. You have different gadgets, all of which, this is when I hold L1, I pull up that gadget wheel that you might have seen. I have the bomb that I've been using, the one that pulls enemies to the wall. There's a little spider drone that shoots people. There's the impact web, which is essentially just the normal web, but harder hit. Imagine like a shotgun compared to a pistol. You have your web shooter, which is your normal hit, but you can shoot it a lot faster. You have your electric web, which it stuns enemies and can ricochet off to other enemies. You have a concussion blast, which is Fosroda, essentially, from Skyrim. It's, you just blow a bunch of people back. And doing that to people off of buildings definitely builds your ego. Definitely feels good. And then this one I actually just got. I haven't used it yet, but it looks absolutely amazing. It is anti-gravity on enemies, essentially. So I definitely have to try that out, because it looks really fun to use. More on the funny side, but still entertaining. Alright. So now I'm going to show you guys a research lab. I think I have one left to do, actually, in the game. And so the research labs are set up by Harry Osborn. If you don't know the name, then you're not a Spider-Man fan. No. If you don't know the name, that's Peter Parker's best friend. In the more recent movies, the Tobey Maguire movies, I wouldn't say more recent, in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, he ends up becoming a newer version of the Green Goblin. His father is the original Green Goblin in the first movie. But in this game, he is more of a student. He's still Peter Parker's best friend. No dark, cynical side like in the movies. He also set up these research facilities all around the city, and the object of these is to preserve his mother's work. And his mother is dead, and he is trying, she was environmentalist, essentially, and he wants to help preserve that. And so what he does is he has put these up to make sure that the work that these are doing is actually, they're actually being useful to the company. Because if they're not useful to the company, his father, who's a businessman, he's the mayor, and he's honestly a dick, will shut them down. And even though it's his mother's last big project, his father does not care. He will shut them down. He's all about money. So these are always pretty simple. There's no combat involved. It's about finding stuff. You sometimes you have to fly through unhealthy air particles. You have to gather swamp algae and wonder why the park isn't healthy enough. But they're easy to do, quick to get by, and they have.
So, we installed energy-saving LED billboards all around this area. This station monitors how they're performing. I'm just hoping it saves enough money that Oscorp keeps this program going.
Typical. Oscorp ignored the specs and jacked up the voltage going into the billboards. If I don't fix it, they'll explode. People could get hurt. And it would definitely be the end of this station. I need to use my electric webs to shock the screens into shutting down. And I don't have long to do it.
Alright, so this is kind of cool because I do get to show you guys Times Square on this mission.
Gotta hit each screen individually.
But to show you how simple these missions are, it's just you shooting webs at screens. Oh, there's a lot of webs though, or there's a lot of screens. I didn't realize how many there were. I'm over here taking my time trying to be like a sightseer. Like, oh, yeah, here's Times Square, look at all the lights. Little do they know, like, all the billboards are apparently about to explode and kill hundreds of thousands of people. But, yeah, no biggie. Look at the lights.
Someone should really bring back sign painting.
See, how do all the billboards get that badly messed up? It is almost every billboard here.
I always knew someday they'd weaponize tackiness.
I definitely think normally in the real, or not the real world, but if it was like an actual Spider-Man thing, there's no way that this would be a Spider-Man issue to fix. This is an electrician's job.
There'll be a billboard of me.
Or am I wrong by that? Am I wrong by saying that? Like, is Spider-Man shooting web at a sign really supposed to fix it? Oh, the distance took off the electrical charge, I guess.
Phew. Now that the threat's passed, they can adjust the billboards properly. And they did save a lot of money, which seems to be Oscorp's priority, so I bet this station's in the clear.
Cool. And so, same thing with those research points. You get to unlock new suits. That was the last research station, so I'm curious if I unlocked even maybe a cutscene. That'd be awesome if I did. Something about Harry. If you play the actual story of the game. Ah, no. Nope. Nothing. That's a little disappointing, but here's Times Square. You can actually see it now that I'm not having to protect the lives of the innocents. That little jump thing I'm doing is a skill upgrade that you unlock later down the skill trees. It just allows you to pull yourself in and then quickly jump off. Alright, so let's see here. So let's continue that side mission that we were working on, because hopefully we'll be able to. Time to show Tombstone is Tombstone. Yeah, so hopefully good jokes. Hopefully we're able. That's like the type of joke that ultimate ability uses, where you stun your enemies because of how dumb you sound. But hopefully we're able to actually fight Tombstone, because that'll be an interesting fight. Probably, seeing that he's a bigger character, gonna shoot him a lot with a web, and then punch him a couple times. He's gonna break out, and I'm just gonna repeat the process over and over. Yeah, this is by far the best thing about the Spider-Man game. Being able to dive down, catch yourself right before you hit the ground, and then swing away. I don't think there's anything more Spider-Man than that. Maybe kissing a girl upside down, or taxiing people around, which you can do in some of the old Spider-Man games. Biggest regret that I'm sure Insomniac is having right now is that they didn't incorporate that I've seen, they did not incorporate a mission or some kind of event where you're able to pick up civilians and taxi them to other locations. Because I wouldn't play the story at that point. I would only play that, because that's amazing. Oh, actually, I can show you guys Avengers Tower from the movie. It is right over there. It's that giant building. I'll get closer to it after this side mission. Climb up to the top. I actually have to climb up to the top to do a trophy on... I have to perch on top of Avengers Tower, and that will help me get the trophy. So, it's an easy one. I'll do it after this.
So, numerous witnesses saw Spider-Man swinging through Times Square like the glory hound he is, firing webs at electronic billboards and causing them to reboot. Granted, those billboards are an eyesore. In my day, sign painting was an art. But the more pressing question is, what was he up to? I have a theory. He is infecting these billboards with a virus so that they will subliminally hypnotize...
Before I go in here, that's JJ talking. You might recognize him as the guy that runs a newspaper in the Tobey Maguire movies. He has his own talk show his small talk show in this game where he's on the radio, and while you're swinging around throughout the game, he will just come up on the radio and start bashing you, like just bashing Spider-Man. Just, he's a villain. Why are you giving him his time? And he'll always have people come on the show and like call guests essentially, and he'll call someone up and like, so we heard that you were mugged by Spider-Man or something like that, and the guest will always be like, no, I was being mugged and Spider-Man came and saved me. And he always is just like, no, you're wrong. Get off my show. You messed up. She's telling me there's another research station. Maybe I'll do that one, and that will get me a cutscene with Harry. I'll try that after this. You actually unlocked it. You unlock this mission through one of the story mode missions where you play as Mary Jane. Slight spoiler, but nothing too big. You play as Mary Jane multiple times throughout the game, and she's cool. All of her missions, she's cool in the story, but all of her missions are sneaking around missions or stealth missions, and that is okay to me. Like, I enjoy them, but when it...
the literary type.
Oh, he has a sledgehammer.
How'd you even manage to connect with Martin Lee?
I'm top of my game.
Okay, don't want that.
People find me.
See, hit him a bunch, punch him a few times, he breaks out. This is honestly like, a lot like the Kingpin fight, I think.
So flattered, but the exploitation of suffering thing gives me pause. Could punch Tombstone for days and he wouldn't feel it. Wonder if the counter drug would work on him.
Boys, get in here! You remember last time we did this dance? Your legs are up okay.
Hurts when it rains, but otherwise dandy. Sweet of you to ask. Can't use the counter drug till I take out Tombstone's gang.
You feel like this giant guy wielding a sledgehammer as a weapon would feel slightly confident in his abilities to take you on by himself. But, you know, I guess you expect too much from your villains nowadays, because that's just not the case.
You have your marketing department cook that name up?
I am the marketing department.
feel like that's... Why is he driving a motorcycle inside?
Need me to recommend a good dermatologist? No reason.
Is he... He's definitely trying to be intimidating. But I can climb on walls. I feel like there's nothing that can really intimidate me.
The drug in those inhalers only lasts a little while. Gotta strike when it wears off.
That was a straight hook to my face. So I'm worried about the sledgehammer coming in at any point. You know. Oh no! You can actually grab people's guns, pull them away from them, and then... Oh, I can't see. You actually grab people's guns, pull them away from them, and then beat them with their own gun. Which... If you can only imagine, it feels great. Stick.
Hey, you wouldn't want to take a break, would you?
Oh, Ronnie, tired? Someone's been skipping cardio. He's wearing down too close.
Again, a lot of me shooting him and then spamming square. Combat slightly repetitive. See, Spider-Man in this game totally would leave this guy for dead. Totally would leave this guy for dead. He's gonna fight me with a flaming chain. Spider-Man versus Ghost Rider.
Funky.
Oh, you know, articulated deblocking agent. He's exhausted. Time to end this.
See, I mean, even this fight is, although easy, still entertaining and looks great. It's a really good set piece, and this is just a small side mission.
I want to find you doing good.
They did a great job with this game.
Running a soup kitchen or something.
I can't punch him.
End of the day, this is what I do. Great fight. Great challenge.
You and I are very different people. Kick it up a notch. Like fish in a barrel.
I feel like I might have just wasted that. Not too sure though. Swerve. Uh oh. No, he's gonna fight me with the bottle.
Crazy drug lord days are done.
I'm gonna keep knocking him down. And he's gonna just keep picking up whatever's near him to keep fighting.
Hell of a run, though.
Not quite how I'd describe it.
Oh! That's new.
Too much to hope you'll be taking it easier now that you're, you know, mortal?
Not a chance. Threat of death just ups the thrill.
Same.
On the left hook. Can't wait for the rematch.
I can.
I like you.
He seems alright. Like, I don't think he's out for the count, to be honest. Like, the cops are coming, but broken arm, that's... His legs looked fine to me. I might have missed it, but I just get up and walk out. Oh, nope, just kidding. That's... I'm guessing that's him. And interesting loading screen. This has never happened. There we go.
dramatic. Wonder how long Tombstone's powers will be negated for. Probably not long enough.
Don't mind me.
Pats on the back all around.
Cops don't care in this game about anything, I swear. Hit him in the head with a motorcycle, it ain't shit. Ain't shit. One, they take like a champ. Like, they take less damage than I do. And two, yeah, your Spider-Man hitting me with a motorcycle. I don't care. Maybe JJ has, you know, a point. Alright, so there should be one more research facility. Before I get my hopes up and assume that it's the last one, let me just make sure that it's actually the last one. They all have checks. This is it. Great. Let's go do it. And I think it's a little closer to Avengers Tower, so I'll be able to show off that a little bit. There's actually something living in there, because I promise you I haven't been coming in to take care of anything. I'm assuming that it's dead. Probably dead. Just a hunch. Alright, what is this?
This station may be safe, because it's helping test an Oscorp military application, cloaking tech. But I don't love using armed drones to test it. Someone might get hurt.
Not if I'm the one who tests it. Let's see if I can integrate the cloaking tech with my suit.
Press
Success!
Oh, that's
energy field
new.
interferes with my web gadgets.
That's cool.
Not exactly a keeper. Uh-oh. Those
Not a
armed drones are
keeper.
malfunctioning.
You're
They're
invisible.
dangerous.
How is that
And
not
the
a keeper?
self-destruct signal's not working from here. But cloaked, I can get close enough to trigger the destruct mechanism. That drone didn't go far. I'll download its data before I wreck it, so they can ID the problem. Okay, I need to get within 10 meters of the drone to stop it. And I'll need to be cloaked.
Close to the drones while invisible. Press R1.
Nailed it. Now I've got to go visible again so I can swing to the others.
Oh wait, I can't. Oh, I can't. I mean, that makes some sense, but let's be honest. If you're asked what superpower you want, one of them is definitely going to be invisibility if you have like a few choices, or it's always up there. Oops, wrong button. Promise I'm really good. So I guess I have to. Where to go? Do I have to jump? There we go. Alright, I think I figured it out. I swing into it, triangle R1. Boom.
Sorry, drone.
Ooh,
But your
that was
data
close.
lives on. Better you than me.
No, not high enough. I'm trying to think how to I can't get up there. I gotta get up higher. I might just skip these. Skip that one and come back to it. There's 12 of them? That's excessive. I feel like Harry should probably come out and try to do some of these himself. So So I can climb walls, I just
See it
can't
coming,
web
did you?
swing at all. See, I don't know how to get that one. I was even higher up and it wasn't letting me pull to it. There we go.
Stuff.
Dope. Awesome.
Another one bites the dust.
I'm gonna have to climb up here to get this next one, probably.
Scratch one drone.
Where's... Oh. Dang. Oh, and I'm not even... I could honestly die while doing this. That would be the first research or research facility mission I've ever done where I've died during it. That would be awful.
These armed drones.
And I'm cutting it close, aren't I?
Stealth Spidey strikes again.
Alright, only one more. Don't blow it. Alright, this is the easy one. Just climb up, play it safe, don't rush.
Stealth mode was fun.
And we're
It's
done.
not worth losing my webs over.
Alright, so they're all
Hopefully, Oscorp
done.
will figure
So
out armed drones in
hopefully
Manhattan are not a good idea.
hopefully
I
that
don't
means
know.
Harry cutscene?
Now they've got the data
Maybe.
they need.
See that I
Stealth
haven't
tech is
seen him in the game,
promising, even if it needs work.
technically.
I think Harry's station is safe.
It's a
And if they
secret.
ever work the bugs out, maybe I'll whip myself up a stealth suit.
Ugh. Just drops out of the sky. No Harry cutscene or anything. That's such a disappointment. I had high hopes. I had high hopes. I was let down though. Alright, so let's get this trophy where I have to sit on top of that giant tower right in front of me, the Avengers Tower. Thought it was really cool that they added that actually. I don't know why they wouldn't. I mean, it makes sense that it's in there. It actually, he references the Avengers in the game. He makes a comment saying that he believes they are on the West Coast. So, I don't know what they'd be doing over there. And later on in the story, there's events that take place in the city that you really question why the Avengers aren't here. You really start to ask some questions. Like, why are they slacking off to the point where they're leaving a teenager? Just kidding. In the movie, he's a teenager to do the job. In this one, he's not a teenager. This is actually eight years, I think, after he's originally bit by a spider. He has his abilities. He's well versed with his abilities. He knows what he's doing. He is like ready to go, ready to fight Spider-Man.
Now, I'm glad he's behind bars. But do you know how Spider-Man shut
Alright,
this
so my
operation
thing is I have to go to the top.
by
I have to
setting it on
perch.
fire. Do you know what drug labs do when you set them on fire? They explode! Spider-Man could have taken out the entire block with his criminally reckless grandstanding. Fortunately, New York's bravest, our firefighters, contained the blaze because
I don't
that's
know if I'm doing
their
it or not.
job. And if Spider-Man had any sense, he'd have turned over whatever information he had on Tombstone to the police and let New York's finest do their job. But no,
There's a
he thought the best way to
question mark,
handle
question mark, question mark.
drug dealing is with arson.
There's a trophy where you have to perch on top of the Avengers Tower, but I feel like I just did it, and I don't know if I did or didn't. So can I perch? No, that's not what I wanted. Can I perch on top of the A? I doubt that that's it, but you never know. Ah, screw it. No trophy for me. Let's get a fun, like, dive and catch. Alright, so freeze. Let's see. We can run another side mission. Spider-Man PI, college buddies, helping Howard. I don't know what to do. Storming the castle sounds interesting, though. Spider-Man. Just kidding. More interesting. Spider-Man. That sounds good. Alright, so let's go. I mean, come on, look at the lighting. look at the scene. This game is just really pretty. Oh yeah, and you can do tricks in the air. I don't know why I haven't shown that off yet. You can do tricks in the air. And there's basically just those. Yep, there it is. That glitch. There's a glitch where I'll be spinning sideways like this, and when I hit the ground, I stay in that position and just hover above the ground. I've seen another person online do one where they jumped off the, I don't know what building it is. They jump off a really tall building into the water while doing somersaults while doing this. And they fall into the water, hit it, and when they hit the water, they continue to do somersaults above the water, essentially floating, but while moving out, and it takes them out of the map to the point where they actually despawn and have to respawn on the map. Oh, am I gonna delete? Oh, am I gonna deliver like pizza or something?
Wrong?
Like, what is this?
Oh no. I just had to thank you for saving my daughter from those muggers.
When did this happen?
Just now. Busy guy like you. I guess it all blurs together, huh? Near the theater on 126 and Powell. She just called and told me.
Right. Sorry. Happy to help. I'm glad your daughter's safe. Okay, I wasn't anywhere near there. I should swing by and see what's going on.
I do know this side mission. I was told about it from a friend who said that they really loved it, had a great time, and without spoiling anything, I'll just give you guys a hint as to what can kind of tease it, and that is the subway.
Here's the theater.
The fast travel scene
happened.
introduces you to a character that is actually heavily involved in this.
You're back already? I thought you were checking out that fire.
Right. On my way now. Which way was it again?
Last time you went that way. South.
Thanks. Got a little turned around.
Over to the side. To the side. Come on.
Where? Take newspaper? Nope. Wait, whoa, wait. Did that say Tombstone? Did that say Tombstone? Oh, okay, buried. In my mind, I pictured him dead. Probably not the greatest.
Still alive. So whoever did this isn't a lethal protector. That's promising.
Nope, can't let you through. Sorry I missed the action. Thanks for keeping us safe, Spider-Man.
Someone's impersonating me. It could be the chameleon again. I've got to pick up his trail. It does smell like there was a fire in this direction. There's the fire damage. Looks like it got put out quickly. He used the fire escape. Guess he couldn't copy my web shoot.
Hey, Spidey, what'd you do with that fire extinguisher?
Fire extinguisher, huh? Wonder where he left it.
Nope, can't let you through.
Oh, there it is.
He used a fire extinguisher. What type of suppressant is in this?
Oh. I was about to say, why am I hacking a fire extinguisher? But I guess it makes more sense. I'm trying to match his prints. Actually, it's probably this one. And like I said earlier, there's this canceling one. No, it's the opposite. There we go. I try to avoid the hacking things. They seem to get really repetitive
EDP.
and
Pretty
stale
and
and
easy to
too
track.
slow for a Spider-Man game.
He got fire suppressant on him. If I key my lenses to track its chemical signature, it should lead me right to Spider-Man 2.0. He's walking normally. No webs, no powers. Which makes what he's doing suicidal.
Yeah, this mission definitely is the one I was told about. It's supposed to be a comical relief mission. I know right now it seems kind of serious, but the mood lightens.
That guy looks like he's been in a fight. Maybe he knows something.
Come on, man, lay off. I told you everything. The deal's going down on the roof. No lie.
Right, just... you stay out of trouble. Hope I'm not too late. My doppelganger's got some skills. That's gonna leave a mark. And he left the drugs. Seems like the police will handle the cleanup. Knocked out, but breathing.
Oh.
That's him. People seem to like him. Yeah, I mean me. I mean, this is weird.
My pleasure, citizens. Excuse me. I hear someone in need.
Okay, I do not talk like that. Nobody talks like that.
Let him go.
Yeah, right. We'll get even more from Mr. Fisk when we bring him your head.
Whoa, hey guys! I'm not the real Spider-Man!
Not anymore, you're not.
Time to even the odds a little.
Yep, turns out it's just my imposter. You actually ride the subway with this guy though. He is on the train with you while you fast travel. And you guys are just kind of talking like you're best of friends. But when I found out that you actually find him in a side mission, and he fights with you too. That's the best part about it.
Yeah, but when you dress like me, you inherit my enemies. And I've got a lot of enemies.
This guy just cracked his neck. He honestly just like cracked his knuckles and cracked his neck thinking that it was going to be much of a fight.
Look out! 4 of them! I'll take the ones with guns. You get the rest.
So this guy can fight. He does more than the cops do in this city. You'll be doing a mission where the cops are all shooting at the enemies, and you can just sit there and wait for a good solid 5, maybe 10 minutes. Not a single bullet will hit. They're honestly stormtroopers in disguise as cops. That's my guess at this point. There we go. Where's the last guy? That guy has a gun.
You know, if you want to help your community, there's a feast shelter nearby. And I'm sure folks would
No
appreciate
fear.
free self-defense classes. Good idea. I'm starting to see the downside.
Oh, I forgot we were gonna try that anti-gravity utility, weren't we? I gotta try that out. I'll do it at the next. I'll do a Fisk hideout after this, and I'll go into the gravity bomb or whatever it's called. Where's the last one? Oh shit. Awesome.
Man, that was intense.
How do people think that that guy looks like me?
One bruise at a time.
He has a zipper
Your
on the
heart's in
back
right
of his
place,
suit.
But if you keep this up, you're gonna get killed.
Yeah, I see that now. Don't worry, I'm hanging up the suit. Spider-Man, no more.
Good call. Besides, you don't need a costume to make a difference.
Hey, that's a good line. I'll remember that.
I feel like I should be embarrassed if people think I look like that. Like, maybe change my outfit or something. Change the color scheme. I guess it's too easy for people to copy. Or the people in the city are just really, really dumb. Alright, so let's try a Fisk hideout. I don't actually know if I have any left. I might have to do a prisoner camp. That sounds good. Let's try to find one a little closer. There we go. I might be able to actually upgrade some suits or get a new suit. I'll put on this comic suit for a little bit. I'll even use its ultimate with that great one-liners. How they were able to render in that suit on this game, like, it looks great. They did a great job with it. I don't know how they were able to do it.
Imagine this.
But you gotta love comic book Spider-Man flying through a realistic version of Manhattan.
Is a front for a drug lord called Tombstone, and he and Spider-Man have decided to have a power struggle at that precise moment. Sir, tell us the rest.
I start to go in and I see Spider-Man fighting this massive guy with fangs like a shark.
That would be one Lonnie Lincoln, a.k.a. Tombstone. Did it seem they were fighting over drug profits or merchandise? I understand there's talk of a new drug that turns its users into zombies.
I don't know what it was about. I got my ass out of there.
Sir, I understand you've been through a lot, but please refrain from using that kind of language. This is a family show.
Sorry. Anyway, I'm glad I split, because pretty soon, the cops and firefighters are there.
Ah, the real heroes. What a relief. I think we can all use a happy ending.
CJJ is always out to, you know, ruin my name. Or Spider-Man's name. I don't understand why he always does it. Actually, when you beat the main story, there's one instance where he praises you. I don't know where it came from, but he actually says, you know, maybe he's a good guy after all. But then after a few minutes, he quickly changes it to, on second thought, this guy isn't so good after all.
Last thing we need right now is a massive shootout on a residential street. Is this something you can handle quietly?
Quietly might be pushing it, but I can do it without a massive shootout.
I really enjoy the prisoner camps. I think they're my favorite. I like them even more. Like, there's like Fist, there's a lot of different ones, but there's the demon ones. But I think I like this one the best because this is the one. These are always scattered, and there's a good design to the fight. It's almost like it's its own level. But you go through. I don't know how all of these escaped convicts got their hands on rocket launchers, stolen cars, you know, all these guns, and yet they still haven't managed to change their outfits. Why are they still in their jail clothes when they've been out of jail for at least a month and they have guns and cars and they've built these fortresses? You think the first thing they would do is at least change their clothes, but I guess they have other, you know, motives. See, it's when you're on this guy's job duty that you really know you fucked up, because this guy, he's all by himself. He's on the other side of a building where no one else can see him. I could honestly just walk up and fight this guy without even being stealthy about it. No one would even know. That's the type of guy that sleeps with the boss's wife or something, because he fucked up. I kind of just want to drop in and see how it goes.
Literally didn't see that coming.
Hopefully me equipping the clip doesn't bite me in the butt, because the quip is, although really funny, oh crap, really funny, it's not really the best when it comes to combat. Like, yeah, it's a stun, but it's all comical. There's no way that is a smart thing to do in the middle of a fight. Oh no, that wasn't good. Also, one thing that I've noticed in this game is during combat, there will be a lot of times where I dodge the bullets, and they will hit their opponents, or my opponents, but they'll hit their allies with their bullets, but it doesn't do damage. They're getting shot with a gun and nothing is phasing them, but my punches are hurting them. I never got that.
Spiderman, I want him dead.
That's right, comic Spider-Man doing work. See, isn't this just like a cardboard box? It was. Oh, it had some stuff in it, okay. That justifies him getting beaten by a cardboard box then, I guess. Just slowly and casually walk up a wall. They won't attack you, I'm sure.
Back up! For guys who just got out of the rat, sure are eager to go back.
There's my quip, and so they're stunned.
Just losers like you.
You can hear his joke. See, like, I can take his gun and then beat him with his own weapon. That, honestly, that's probably what happened to the guy that got put on that terrible job duty on the outskirts of the entire map.
Guys, not gonna help at your parole hearing.
Someone took his gun, beat him with it, and everyone saw it. That's the type of stuff that makes you quit a career.
Spider-Man, I'm getting reports of shots fired.
I can confirm that. They're not hitting anyone, though.
Try to keep it that way.
Since I'm the only one they're aiming at, I am totally on board with that. Ever wonder if we'd be friends if we met under different circumstances?
See, how is that beneficial to me at all? It stuns. I have to stop to tell the joke. I become a stand-up comedian in the middle of a fight. I don't understand why I'm doing that. They're lucky this suit is just freaking amazing, because otherwise I would really struggle getting past the point of using it. I should probably start using the bombs. I'm trying to get. I'm not gonna get there, but I have to get 8 more of those finishes to reach an achievement. I only need 1 more perfect dodge though, so there it is.
Once I'd love to fight someone carrying a bag of money with a dollar sign on it.
I do not like where I'm at right now. Equip. Choke. Dodge.
It's a riot.
I feel like that's unfair.
Watch out for that web jump! One guy, how's he winning?
Oh, that was close.
Just once I'd love for the
See, that's my weakness. I always try to catch those and I never can get it.
Gonna feel this!
Oof.
Mind if I workshop some new quips during this fight?
That big guy out of the way. I can't catch it no matter what I do. I sabotage myself by even attempting it at this point. I feel like by now I've finished these waves and there's like a bug. I've never had to fight this. There's so many guys right now. Broken neck. Another victim at the hands of Spider-Man. Let's see what's left. Oh, get down. What was he aiming at? Was he literally just aiming at the wall? Alright, one more. That was close.
Break out of prison, swim all the way across the river, and nobody thinks to change clothes?
Oh, there it is. One-liner is talking about how they don't change clothes. Awesome. I wonder if I can make any suits with that.
Captain, the inmates and all their guns are webbed up and waiting.
Thanks. No way we could have taken them without collateral damage. I hope the locals appreciate you.
Let's see. I am almost done with all of the suits. Very cool. Iron Spidey. I get the legs now. Alright. Cool. That looks good. Alright, and with that, I'm going to be hopping off. Thanks. This was a fun first stream. Thank you to everyone. I saw a few people that were able to come and see me attempt at doing this. I'll be back at it again tomorrow night at 8. I'm going to be playing Dirt Rally, which is often called the Dark Souls of racing. So yes, I'm going to suck at it. Yes, it's going to be really hard. But you might get lucky and see me smash the controller. You never know. It happens a lot. So hopefully it goes well and more people and the same people that were able to join us tonight are able to go and see it tomorrow. Thanks again and peace.